gonna start a reading vlog, but because this reading vlog is like the end of April, beginning of May, I have a day off. There's a boss battle dropping. I don't know what I'm reading. Have no idea. Have no idea what I'm even listening to. Right now I'm listening to the it's by Bunny Cates. It's over there, but it's like an audiobook. It's like a cozy mystery that I've wanted to read for quite a long time. So I'm like halfway through it because I've been listening to it as I've been doing errands. But because I don't know what the boss battle is going to be, I am going to pick up With and Without You by Emily Webberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. I got this relatively recently. Even if I finish it before May, I'm probably just going to count it from my May TBR anyway. But this is loosely inspired by like their real life relationship. They are married in real life, and it follows Sienna and Patrick, most likely to get married, and I guess like the main character is sort of convinced that her and her boyfriend are going to break up when they go to college, but then they have to do this like a year earlier because he winds up moving to Austin, but they wind up staying together even though she thinks they should break up. I think things go from there. I loved their Shakespeare retelling stories, like Always Never Yours, and If I'm Being Honest. I also did like Time of Our Lives. Was Not to Love was not my favorite, but I did like it, so I'm excited for this one. So it's about 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then I'm probably going to head to bed. Fridays are always a bear of a day because it's Friday. The kids want to get out of there. I get it. So do I. So it's always a little bit of a rougher day. But I do want to read this. I did just pick my TBR, and I know that there's a lot of stuff happening this weekend, so I'm going to try to read a little bit of this with sort of like some background noise set to go. But if I'm able to read 50 pages, I will definitely give you guys an update. But I have like the rating in the past, so I'm going to go read. And if I don't talk to you tonight, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. I just want to do a quick update. It is now Saturday, the 30th. It is the last full day of April, obviously. Sorry, I have my earphones in. I'm doing some editing. But I did wind up actually finishing a book. I just did my wrap-up, so I'm probably going to include it in my May wrap-up, even though I technically finished it in April. But it was a really quick audiobook. It was Brownies and Broomsticks, which is by Bailey Cates. It's like a new cozy mystery series I've been dying to check out. And Audible had its sale. This one has magic in it, and I love cozy mysteries, especially when they have like a magic or witch element to it. So I'm really happy that I picked it up. And now as I'm doing a little bit of editing and trying to get some work done, I'm also picked up Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson. I am still going to read this today. I just want to get my errands done, but I've only read about 32 pages of this. So the premise is you have a couple named Sienna and what's his name? Sienna and not Patrick, but she's the main character named Sienna, and she really wants to break up with her boyfriend. They're heading into their senior year, and she sort of doesn't really know herself. She feels herself always connected to this person. I relate to that a lot because in high school I had a best friend and we were very, very connected. You would say Jason and Laura, and that was how we were known. So I do understand that not really feel like you having an identity. So she's set to break up with him, but to her shock and horror, he announces he's moving with his family to a different town in Texas, and she suddenly gets cold feet. So she decides to do a long-term relationship with him or long distance, and I'm really intrigued right now. It's like 32 pages in, so that's my goal for today, is to read a little bit more of this. I have to go get some new glasses today and go run some errands with my mom because she's off. She had a wedding yesterday. She's never off on the weekend, so we're very excited. But yeah, I'm going to go do my errands. I'm going to have to film a couple of videos. I have to film an unhaul and a book haul, and then I'm doing a book buying band until ALA, which is going to be fun. So yeah, that's my moment. That's what's up. But when I'm done with my filming and I have read a little bit more of this and I have read a little bit more, listened to a little more of this, I'll give you guys an update. Bye friends. I'm back. Sorry if you noticed my totally new glasses. They're definitely different. They're going to be adjustment. But I hope you guys like them. But in my traveling and my adventuring, we did wind up doing a few things for the puppy, which is coming very, very soon. I went reading about 68 pages in With or Without You by Emily Webberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. I do have a boss battle for the Avengers Reading Challenge. It's supposed to drop at like 5:30, so I'm waiting for that. I'm going to keep my phone closer to me as it gets closer. This is a really interesting book. I never really read, other than like a sequel where like the book starts off with the characters already together and they're sort of dealing with a lot. I personally love books about self-discovery because I think it's like super relatable. Um, and like I think it's very interesting, especially like senior year of high school. But it's just very interesting because she really like she was convinced she wants to break up with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend moves away, and now they're sort of doing long distance, and it's just interesting to see how the relationship is progressing. And it's also, normally I love books told from dual point of view, like I love getting both characters' point of views. This one I'm even okay with it because like she really is going through a lot of like a very very deep external crisis or internal crisis, so I'm really liking it. I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. I'm gonna try to get up to page like 100, and then I'm gonna give you guys another check-in, maybe 130, and just see what the boss battle does. I might have to put this book down, so we will see. But if I don't, I don't know what I'm gonna read. I'm gonna see what the prompt is. But I have a lot of middle grade books that I can start tomorrow. I also finished an audiobook for Brownies and Broomsticks, which is like my cozy mystery read. I read about 10% more of the Ansipidium Review by John Green. I just love him as a narrator. He's great. But yeah, so I'm going to read a little bit more of this, prep for my boss battle, catch up on some YouTube videos, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. I'm going to give you another update. Again, my glasses are new. They're going to take some getting used to. But I did wind up reading about 100 pages in With and Without You by Emily Webberly and Austin Sigmund Broga. I'm really liking this book, like, quite a bit. It's no shock to anyone on this channel if you've been following me for any length of time that I really do love, like, second chance romances. I just do. I think the history is something, like, you really can't, replicate in any other story, and I'm enjoying it. But this book is really interesting because it also focuses a lot on self-discovery, and Sienna's really trying to figure out what she wants. Like, does she want to be in a long-distance relationship? Does she want to be with this guy for the rest of her life? But you're never getting his point of view. It's even more interesting because you really don't know what he thinks, and she's so afraid of confrontation. Like, she doesn't want to do it to him, she doesn't want to tell him, but she wants to be at the situation. But her emotions are starting to change, and it's just really interesting. Like, it's a very very unique book. Like, normally you get like characters falling in love, normally you get like characters come back together after many many years apart, best friends become more, but this is just an interesting premise for a YA novel, so I'm really liking it. I definitely want to pick up The Roughest Draft by them. It's a book I haven't read yet, and it's on my list. So I'm gonna go read a little bit more of this. Our boss battle is supposed to drop at some point in the next couple hours, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep reading this. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what the boss battle says and does, and that might dictate me reading. But I do want to make some more progress on this, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit when I've read to page 150 or when the boss battle drops, because story of my life. So they did announce the boss battle. It's very much page based. So I'm going to start with Sam and just sort of go down, and I have until Friday to complete it. So I'm excited. So I have to read for an hour straight for Sam. So I'm really excited about that. Oh my God, there's more. Okay. This might take me a little bit of a while, but I'm just going to try to go through them and just read the books from my May TBR and see. These challenges are super fun. I really, really love doing them. So yeah, I'm gonna go to reading. I'm gonna watch a couple of YouTube videos, read for an hour straight, and then I will report back after I do every single challenge, which might take me a while, but this is going to turn into the reading challenge vlog because I have off. It actually ends Friday, and I actually have a lot of days off this week. I have off Monday and I have off on Thursday. So I will get a lot of reading done, and hopefully I will also make significant... Oh my goodness, there is so many prompts. There is a lot of prompts for these characters. But hopefully they don't take me like all that long, but I'm gonna go read for an hour. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'll talk to you guys when I have finished, when I have read for an hour. Bye, friends. I'm in the middle of reading, but I paused my timer, but I did want to do an update because I did wind up getting up to page 150. I am really liking this book. It's very interesting. It's sort of reminiscent of when I read Maybe This Time by Casey West, because it was broken up into like seasons almost. Like every single time these characters interact, they have a moment that they interact and they see each other. It's just very interesting. It's very focused on self-discovery. I'm loving Sienna as a character because she feels a little bit lost and like not knowing what she wants to focus on. And I think a lot of kids in high school might feel that way. I was sort of one of those kids. Like I went in a career direction I didn't think I was going to go later in life, that I just was like, this is what's happening. So I feel like that's very, very relatable. And if you talk to kids nowadays, and I am a middle school teacher, they sort of don't know what they want to do. But it's even though we're not getting her partner's point of view, I'm okay with that. But I'm just intrigued. Like, I don't want to put this book down. It's very, very engaging. It's very, very fun. It reminds of me of when I read, I can't think of the name, but it's very sex positive. I wouldn't even say, but they talk a lot about sex in this book and like the implications of that. And even though they've been together for 3 years, like the characters in this book, they feel like they're still at the start of their relationship. And I think it's very interesting that I think it's very interesting that at the start of the book they say like they have fallen into a rut, and it's very interesting the way that like their relationships come across and how what elements they are in their relationship. I'm just talking about sex, but like saying like I love you and stuff like that. So it's just very interesting. But I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna go back to reading, and when I'm done with my hour, I will give you guys an update. Bye friends. I did wind up reading my first hour, which got me up to page basically 200 in With and Without You by Emily Wimberly and Austin Sigmund Berka. I really am liking this book. It's definitely doing a lot about self-discovery and exploring like herself and the complexities of their relationship. I'm liking it. So I had to do another prompt, like, and then I wound up getting to another prompt where I had to choose another book that has characters team up to defeat an enemy. And I'm gonna read 71 pages of Six of Crows. I really struggled with this book the last time that I read it. I did not like it. I was reading it for my reading club, and I just really struggled with it. But they definitely are working together, and there definitely is an enemy because they're trying to steal something, so they're trying to save themselves. So yeah, I'm going to actually read the 71 pages of this and see if I like the reading experience a little bit better. But I'm going to go for that, and I will report back when I read a little bit more. Bye friends. Back, Lori here. I know my glasses do look black on camera, but they are actually blue. I think it's just the lighting. So they do actually look blue, but on camera they just come across as a little bit black. But I did wind up reading last night. I got up to page 34 in Sex of Crows. I will admit, I'm liking this book a lot better physically reading it. Like, I remember really struggling with the audiobook, and this was like the first group book I did for my book club. And I remember I was really struggling reading it. So I'm just liking it a lot, but we're getting like a lot of different point of views. And I really forgot most of this book. I'll be super honest. Like, I don't remember half of it. So I'm really happy to be rereading it. I have to get up to page 70 before I can move on to the next prompt. I think I'm going to take my Instagram photos for my channel and do a couple of little things before I do that. I also need to get a third of the way through 3 different books for one of the next challenges. So I'm 50% into With and Without You. I don't know how far I'm going to be into Six of Crows, to be very honest with you, because it's a long book. It was not on any of my TBRs this month, but now that I'm enjoying it, I'm probably going to wrap it up in May, because that was a reason, and it was on my spring TBR. So I'm going to go do my like journaling and stuff like that, and then I'm probably going to pick this up. If I can't pick this up before I head to yoga, I will just bring it to me with my yoga class, and I will listen to my John Green audiobook. I would love to finish that book today. It was beautiful yesterday. I got to squeeze in a walk and a bike ride, which is awesome. But yeah, so I'm going to go do a couple of little things, prep myself for success for the week. It's a little bit of a different week. We'll talk about it later, but I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Sorry here. Sorry, I have my sunglasses on, so it may look a little bit weird. But I just wanted to say that I did wind up reading about, I got up to page like 71 in Six of Crows. I'm really enjoying this book quite more than the first time that I read it, like a lot. I really struggled with it, but I'm just loving the dynamics. I've always loved like a really good heist story, and I think reading this physically is making me really enjoy the characters and just become quite fond of them. So my next break is I have to get up to page 136 because I have to read like 65 more pages. And then after that, I think I am going to take a little bit of a reading break, go for a bike ride, listen to my audiobook, but I'm going to at least read to page 136. Right now, I can't see because my glasses are 12:43. So I think I'm going to read 65 more pages, and then I'm going to go for a bike ride because I do have to get through through 3 different books. We will probably get there with this, but all right. very, very good. Really liking it. We're getting a lot of setup to the heist, and they're explaining it, which I think I missed the first time I read it. But the characters in this story are very, very enchanting and captivating. Very, very much so. So I'm going to go read a little bit more, and I'll update you guys when I get up to page 136. Bye, friends. I'm back with my actual glasses. Just wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up reading a bit of, it's one of the books for the TBR and Beyond reading group. I think it's Winterborn House. I always get it mixed up because there's like another book with a very, very similar title. I'm really enjoying it. That book reminds me a lot of the Mysterious Benedict Society, and I also got up to page 155 in Six of Crows. I have to read one more chapter to do Sam's challenge, and then I don't know what I'm going to do next, so I'm going to go read that chapter really quickly and then sort of decide. But I'm really liking physically reading this book. I was really afraid to dive back into this series because I really struggled with it, but I really love the Shadow and Bone series, which I read physically. I really love the King of Scars series. This was the one series that I thought I would love, and I just think I chose a really bad time to read it. And honestly, I don't even remember what happened in this series. Like, I know my touchstones, but I don't know a lot. So I'm just really enjoying it. And I just think these characters, like, all grow on you. Like, they're, I love books where characters sort of are forced to work together and they don't necessarily like each other. I have some quotes. My book is so bruised. I got this, like, this year and I ripped it coming home from the city, so it's my own fault, but I might eventually wind up getting a new book. We'll see. But for the right now, this is fine. So I'm going to go read one more chapter and then look at my SAM prompt and see what I have to do. I know at some point I do have to read 200 pages. So I don't know how that's going to all work. But I also really did want to finish With and Without You tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen just the way that the prompts are going to go. But maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to go read another chapter and then take a check in at my prompt reader and see what I have to do next. I know at some point today I have to switch back to a book that has a boat, and this has a boat in it, so I feel like I'm probably going to be reading this for the most of the evening, or until I'm done with Sam. So we will see, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the reading and happy that I wound up giving it like a second chance. So I'm going to go read one more chapter, and then I'll check in with you guys when I see what the dice have in store, or what the prompts have in store. Because I'm not like reading ahead, I'm just sort of going with it, because I have this is actually like an easier week because I have off Monday and I have off Thursday, and I'm going to see Cursed Child on Wednesday with a friend. She got last minute tickets, so I'm really excited, so that should be fun. So I'm going to go read one more chapter and then see what the days have in store, and then I'll check in with you guys. Bye. Prompts really wound me up in this spot. So the next prompt was to make sure you're 1/3 of a way through 3 different books. So I actually am. I'm a third of the way up through Six of Crows. I'm a third of the way through With or Without You by Emily Webberly, and I'm also a third of a way through my nonfiction book by John Green, The Anticypedian Review. So I'm actually a third through like 3 different books right now, which works. The next prompt was to switch back to your original book, which is With and Without You. And at that point, you're supposed to be a third of the way through 3 different books, which I currently am. The next prompt was to switch to a book that has a boat in it. They are on a boat in Six of Crows, which is very ironic. And now the prompt is to read 200 pages. So I'm on page 160. I got to get to page 360. It's probably going to take me a bit, I'll be very honest. But I'm really excited to re-experience this story. I'll probably read like 50 pages, give you guys a check-in, because when I read this the first time, I didn't like give anyone my thoughts because I was listening to it and I felt a little bit rushed. But I'm really liking it. I'm just really liking this book. There's a lot of elements of the story that I either forgot or don't remember, but I'm intrigued. They're all like such different characters, and they're all having a really hard time connecting to each other, and that's like my favorite part of like this trope. It's like one of my favorites. So yeah, I have to read 200 pages of this, and then I think I have to read like 200 more pages of it, and I think that might be it. So my plan is just to keep read as much as I can tonight. I don't have to go to work tomorrow, which is exciting. But yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, and I will update you guys when I read about 50 more pages. Bye, friends. I'm back. It's about 5 o'clock. I did wind up taking a quick shower. I do have off tomorrow, but I still wanted to like organize myself and prepare myself. But my goal for tonight is to read 200 pages in this book, Six of Crows. I have a feeling once this story gets down to it, I think I'm pretty much going to be really invested. So far, I really am, and it's such a different reading experience from the first time I read this book, so I'm really excited to tackle it. This book is so beat up. Like, it is such a beat up book, but that is okay. So I'm gonna go read probably until I get to page like 250 maybe, and I'll give you guys a solid check-in. But so far, really enjoying it. Definitely enjoying it more than the first time I read it, which is good. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Such a funny experience reading this book because I remember hating this book. I remember feeling so confused, utterly lost, and now I'm like adoring it. Like, I wish I could go back in time and read this physically for the first time because I think I would have loved it. But I'm just loving the complexities of the characters. And like, as I said, I'm a big sucker for um, a ragtag group of people that have to sort of work together to save the day. This is the first series that, like, it just does it perfectly. Like, you really feel for all the characters, and they're all so different, and they're all working towards something. And it's connected to the other series so well. Now it makes me want to go back and reread, like, the Shadow and Bone series. I just recently finished King of Scars, but oh my god, I'm loving this book. I love Jesper. I just love them all. Like, they all have such unique point of views, and they are all really needed for this. And just the relationship between Nina and Matthias, it's just great. Like, Kaz is also a really interesting character. I'm really, really enjoying this book, like, quite a bit. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much. I thought I would like it more, but honestly, this is probably gonna be a 5-star read for me. And I remember I gave it the first time like 3 stars, but this will be a 5-star read easily. I'm really enjoying it, and I literally don't remember this book at all. So like, I feel like I'm reading it for the first time, which is great. So many quotes, and I have not tabbed book like all year. I've tabbed a couple. I think I tabbed, the last one I did was Lovely War. But oh my goodness, I'm really enjoying this, so I am going to keep reading. And when I get to page 250, I will give you another update. Bye, friends. Right here and back. I did wind up getting up to page 250 in Six of Crows. I will say this right off the bat. I think that reading this book this way, Matthias and Nina's relationship is going to destroy me when I get to the end of these books because I know how the series ends. I also know her journey in like the King of Scars duology and everything. But oh my goodness, they are definitely becoming fan favorites in my heart. Like, I just really love them. I think their development is really interesting. I will say this is going to be probably non-spoiler, but I might just put spoiler warnings at the top of it because I have read the whole series at this point, so I do know all of these characters past this series and previous to the series as well. But oh my goodness, their relationship is just a heartfelt, and every single character in this story, like, I feel something for. But so much of the story I just don't remember because I listened to it and I remember, like, it wasn't my favorite reading experience. But oh my goodness, their relationship right off the bat makes me not only want to rewatch the TV show, but also go back and, like, read more of this world. So I did get to page 250. I have to read about 100 more pages tomorrow to move on with the little challenge I'm doing, and that will definitely be doable. I don't know. I think I'm gonna like watch a little bit of Friends because I haven't really done that, and then I might come back and read later in the evening. We'll see. I don't normally do that, but yeah, I could definitely probably finish this book tomorrow just because I'm really intrigued right off the bat. Like, it's just very digestible now, and I just think I feel connected to all the characters. I just don't like I know some things. I know the big plot points, the end point of like all these characters because I've read other books, but I don't know like the plot of this book or what happens. So I'm intrigued. Like, it's a lot of good quotes. You know, I like a book when I tab it because the quotes are just great. I'm so sad that this book got ruined because I really like this copy, but I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna go watch a little bit of Friends. I'm definitely gonna wake up early tomorrow and read this because I'm not even halfway done with my Sam challenge, which is just because they're having you do like 200 pages. But yeah, so definitely really enjoying this. Happy that I picked it up. Happy that it is a reread. And happy that I'm giving it a second chance. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow in the morning. Again, I have off tomorrow. It's the breaking of the fast for Ramadan, and New York City schools have off, so that's really exciting. I think we're supposed to go shopping tomorrow, or I have to do some room stuff tomorrow, like reorganize my bedroom a little bit. The puppy is coming in less than 30 days, so we really have to get a move on for all the organization stuff. And I have very, very few days off that my mom is also off. So I will see you guys tomorrow with hopefully another update. I will probably update you guys in the morning, probably, but I want to read at least more 50 more pages of this. So definitely really enjoying it. Happy that I picked it up again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, friends. I'm back. I just wound up waking up. I woke up actually a little bit later. I slept at 7:30, which is blasphemy. I never sleep that late. But I stayed up a little bit later. I watched a couple of episodes of Friends. I read a little bit of Six of Crows, and I'm up to 272. I worked out, which I try to do every single day. I'm off today because it's the breaking of Ramadan fast in New York City's public schools, so I'm off. I'm really liking this book. Again, I remember like the big moments of this book. Like I know the big moments, the big emotional moments, but I think because I feel and love the character so much, those moments are gonna hit a bit differently. But yeah, I'm really liking it. So I'm on page 272, and to move on to the next challenge, I have to get to page 360. So that's my goal for today. We were supposed to go out and run some errands, clean my room, but I don't know if we're going to do that because it's like pouring rain out, so we don't know. My mom is always indecisive, so we'll see. But I am going to go read a bit more, watch a little bit of my YouTube videos, and I will update you guys when I get up to page maybe like the third part. There's like a part where we go somewhere else, and when I get to that part, I'll update you guys. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. I just wanted to say that I did wind up reading to page 360 in, oh no, not. I went up to 325 in Six of Crows, but I'm about to start part 5. In this book, I have to read until 360 to get to the next challenge marker, which means I have about a little bit less than 60 pages left. Really liking it. This part definitely gave me a lot of backstory on like all of the characters, but specifically focusing on Kaz, and I really am liking Kaz. I really feel for Kaz in this story like a lot. I think he's one of those characters that is very, very damaged and has a very, very complicated past. We also did learn a lot about Inej in this section, and Nina and Matthias. It was just a very very, very critical part that sort of fleshed out their backstories in a sense as they're sort of trying to plan this heist. I don't remember how the heist turns out. I remember a lot of other stuff, but I'm really liking this. Definitely going to be a 5-star read for me, which I really was unsure because I really struggled with it the first time I listened to it. I keep saying that. But yeah, I'm going to go read to page 360, and then I'm going to give you guys a check-in and see how much. I have to read like 200 more pages, but there's not 200 pages left in this book, so I might just split the difference and read more of my other book. So, but I'm going to go read a little bit more of this, and then I'll give you guys another update, and then we'll talk about the next challenge. I think it's like posting something and then reading another 200 pages and then reading with a snack. So, but yeah, very much enjoying this, really liking the background of the characters. I'm also making my way through my YouTube queue, which is really important because I've been bad at that. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Update, it's about 3:19. I did wind up reading my 200 page mark. I also posted a picture on Instagram, which was another challenge. I need to read 200 pages. There's only 100 more pages left in this book, so I guess I have to read 100 pages of this and then go back to my other book and read another 100 pages in that. It's getting really, really good. Again, I have forgot the entirety of this book. I know like the massive things because again, I have read everything past this. Like I've read all the other series, so I know like the big plot points, but I'm just loving it. I mean, I love all the quotes in this book, and I think this is definitely the way that I should be reading it because I think I felt very, very rushed the first time I was reading the series, but I'm really enjoying it. We are still getting like background on all the characters, but they're also separated, so they're doing a lot of things. I definitely have found a new favorite, and I think it's interesting that one of my new favorite characters is not a character you necessarily get a point of view from, but I really do like him. So that's really good. All the characters are growing on me. It's a really fascinating read. So I'm going to read about, let's see, I'm on page 360, so I'm going to try to get up to page like 400 and give you guys a check-in and just see like where my thoughts are. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy that I had to pick this book up because it was not on my TBR. It was on my spring TBR because I've had this for so long. or wanted to read it for so long. I picked it up relatively recently. As you can see, I ruined this poor cover, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go read another like 50 pages, and then I'm gonna give you guys another check-in. Bye, friends. Right, here I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 400 and part 6 in Six of Crows. I am adoring this book. Like, I do not want it to end. I do not know how. I am gonna like go about my life and not read Crooked Kingdom immediately, but it's like not on my TBR this month at all. So I don't know. I guess like I'm just going again. I'll talk about this in my next reading vlog, but like this week we're in is not going to be middle grade May yet because I have to do a lot of challenges. It's possible the Crooked Kingdom might get picked. We will see because I'm sort of just going along. This week is a bit weird too. Like I have some days off and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go and try to complete this challenge because it's really, really motivating. But I'm loving this. I do not know. I don't remember how this book ends. There's like a very, very specific plot point I know that happens. But I don't know if it's in this book or if it's in Crooked Kingdom. So I don't know if I should guard my emotions. You're probably yelling at me in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But oh my goodness, these characters mean so much more to me now. So like I really want to go back and read everything else because these characters mean a lot to me. Like, just mean more to me than they would originally. When I read this the first time, like I want to go back and read King of Scars and read Ruin and Rising again, just because I think the characters will be a little bit more impactful. But really enjoying it. So happy that I picked it up. And as you can see, I have been tabbing again. I go through phases where I tab all the time and then tab parts where I don't tab at all. But yeah, this book is definitely one that I'm gonna have to keep. As much as horrible, as upset as I am about this cover, I think it's just now just gonna be the book in my collection. So I'm gonna go read the last 60 pages, give you guys an update, see how devastated and heartbroken I am, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. So I just finished Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This was a crazy book, like jam-packed adventure. I adored this book. I loved it so much more on reread. I think the little end, it's still going to be a 5-star, but I think the end could have been fleshed out a little bit more because I was like a little bit confused at the very, very end. But that normally happens at the end of like a duology because then they explain it in the next book. I'm so excited to dive into Crooked Kingdom. When I first read this, I just looked it up. It was a 3-star read. I love this. I gave it 5 stars. Was perfect. I'm going to redo my review actually because my other review. But as you could see, quote-wise, this book is so quotable. So I finished all 446 pages or 460 pages in this book during this reading vlog. And I also read almost 200 pages in With and Without You by Emily Webberley and Austin Sigmund Broca. This is a really, really cute read. I read this in the early start of the reading vlog, and I also picked up one of my middle grade books for my middle grade reading challenge. But I made significant progress throughout these two. So I'm going to go get ready for the week. It's a shorter week. I'll talk about that in my next reading vlog. But I finished Six of Crows, which I'm really happy and proud of myself for because this was not on any TBR. But I needed a book where they teamed up against a common villain and also a book where there was a boat, which this one had. So I'm really excited that I tackled this. Really, really excited that I read this. And I will see you guys in my next reading vlog. Bye, friends.